Hey guys, I almost did not make this video today until the Celtics completely started getting spanked by the Clippers. Like 72, iconic number, to 40. Dude, they were supposed to be spanking the Clippers, not being spanked by them. I feel bad for everyone at that game. If you don't know, Celtics, NBA, yeah. Anyways, this is Dinosaur Rumble round 1. So this royale round 1. So this is how it works. So each week, dinosaurs on a Saturday, I will post a video. And it has 32 dinosaurs. And only one can win. So after watching this video, guess who's going to win? Predict. Just make your prediction in the comments section. Anyway, so let's begin. Ultimate, alright, let's begin. So it's split into 4 groups, 16 dinosaurs, yada yada. Let's begin. Alright, first battle. Triceratops versus Stegosaurus. The arena is a nice, calm arena, which will definitely be filled with lots of blood. It's totally not. There's totally not going to be murders. Alright, that sounds like whales near my house, so yeah. Just one quick question. Have you ever heard some random sound? If you didn't hear that sound, it sounds like a whale's call. And my house doesn't live near the ocean. So then, like sometimes I hear calls like whale that sound like whales, and my house is far from the ocean. I do live near somewhere that's right near the ocean. No, I don't. But sometimes I just hear something that sounds like a whale call. I don't know why or how that sounds made. Alright, let's begin. Our first battle is Triceratops versus Stegosaurus. The arena is set. The contestants are fed. Now, Triceratops and Stegosaurus are ready to fight. The two dinosaurs walk into the arena. They stare at each other with killing in their minds. The Stegosaurus turns and uses its tail like a whip. It begins slashing at the Triceratops. The Triceratops is able to dodge some of the blows, but is also hit a couple times. The Triceratops charges in and stabs the Stegosaurus' tail. The Stegosaurus turns and stabs the Triceratops. The two fight back and forth, slashing each other. Eventually, the Triceratops runs around and stabs its opponent's tail. The Stegosaurus keeps slashing, and the Triceratops feels weaker and weaker. The Triceratops gets an idea. It charges right at the Stegosaurus, and then the Stegosaurus swings its tail, but it charges to the side and boom! It stabs the Stegosaurus. The Triceratops moves on to round 2. Our next battle is Utahraptor versus Cryolophosaurus. The two dinosaurs walk into the arena. The arena doors are slammed shut. Now, these two will fight. And no, it's not a 2v1. Just pretend one of the Cryolophosauruses don't exist in this art. The Utahraptor walks near the Cryolophosaurus. The Cryolophosaurus charges and tries to bite the Utahraptor. The Utahraptor jumps on the Cryolophosaurus and bites and scratches it multiple times. The Cryolophosaurus does get a couple bites on the Utahraptor, not much. The two wrestle each other, but the Utahraptor keeps biting the Cryolophosaurus. The Cryolophosaurus is screaming in pain as the Utahraptor bites and bites again. The Utahraptor finally gets The Cryophilus tries to get the upper hand, but just can't. And the Utilopter puts his sickle claw into the Cryolophosaurus's eye. The Cryolophosaurus screams in pain as the Utilopter bites its neck. The Utilopter wins and is moving on. Next battle is Carnotaurus versus... I forgot what this is called. Let's call him... I forgot what this guy's name is called. Saltrosaur. Let's just call it Saltrosaur. With a C. The Carnotaurus and Saltrosaurus see each other. The Saltrosaurus, the arena is set as the Carnotaurus charges in. The two see each other and have a standoff. The Carnotaurus charges and bites the Saltrosaurus's leg. The Centrosaurus, I remember. The Centrosaurus slashes the Carnotaurus. The two fight back and forth, doing major damage. The two charge at each other. The Centrosaurus gets ready to stab, but the Carnotaurus shifts to the side and bites its leg. The Centrosaurus stabs Carnotaurus. The Carnotaurus knocks its opponent down and bites its neck. It holds on and kills it. Carnotaurus wins and moves on to round 2. Next is Metriacanthosaurus versus Ankylosaurus. The two dinosaurs see each other. The Metriacanthosaurus charges in. The Allosaurus swings its tail, but the Metriacanthosaurus runs out of its way. This is what the stare-off happens. The Metriacanthosaurus gets closer. Ankylosaurus turns to attack, run away. The two keep this dance until the Metriacanthosaurus sees an open area and bites its leg. The Ankylosaurus swings its tail and hits the Metriacanthosaurus, enough to knock it off its feet, but still not enough. The Metriacanthosaurus opens its large mouth and chomps it down on its opponent's neck. The Allosaurus holds strong as the tail slaps and kaboom! Metriacanthosaurus' skull is cracked. Eventually, the Metriacanthosaurus collapses and Ankylosaurus wins to move on. Our first part of this tournament is now over. Now moving on to the second part. This next fight was actually in the Ultimate Dinosaur Rumble by Jared Pilato. So, next battle is Kendrasaurus versus Megalosaurus. The two, and this was one of my personal favorite fights. That's like a carnivore against a herbivore, armored versus not as greatly armored. Hold on, yeah. I'm gonna need to reply to that message. Guys, love your grandpas. The Kendrasaurus walks into the arena. So does the Megalosaurus. The two dinosaurs stare at each other. The Kendrasaurus holds its ground strong as the Megalosaurus approaches. The Megalosaurus opens and charges. The Kendrasaurus charges and slashes it. The Megalosaurus bites its leg. The Kendrasaurus and the Megalosaurus go back and forth, biting and scratching each other. The Kendrasaurus and the Megalosaurus keep fighting. The Megalosaurus turns and slaps the Kendrasaurus with its tail and goes for a neck bite. The Kendrasaurus swings its body and slashes at the Megalosaurus' chest. The Kendrasaurus is not fooling around. The Megalosaurus bends down to bite, but it just can't. The Kendrasaurus... Yeah, I love your grandpas, guys. This is really just the reason why you should love your grandpas. The Kendrasaurus runs in their belly. Yeah, guys, love your grandpas. Honestly, can we just type... If you have a comment, just type good grandpa. I'm definitely going to miss these comments. Love your grandpas. You don't, like, if your grandpa's dead, I'm sorry. The Kentrosaurus slashes at Megalosaurus's legs. The Megalosaurus bends to bite Kentrosaurus, but the Kentrosaurus just won't let it. The two fight back and forth again, until finally both are very weakened. The Kentrosaurus charges at Megalosaurus. The Megalosaurus bites Kentrosaurus, but Kentrosaurus slashes the underbelly. It uses its stabs and makes sure its tail spikes are in Megalosaurus's underbelly. It jumps up and stabs its spike into Megalosaurus. Kentrosaurus wins and defeats Megalosaurus. I'm going to try and speed up so I can quickly say goodnight to my grandpa. Love your grandpas, guys. Just type good grandpa in the comment. If you have something else to say, keep quiet, my child. We're typing good grandpa in the comment. Allosaurus versus Seots. The Seots and the Allosaurus see each other. The Allosaurus and the Seots run towards each other. The two begin biting and scratching, but the Allosaurus gets the upper hand and bites Seots' neck. The Seots and Allosaurus keep fighting, but the Allosaurus gets the upper hand and slams Seots to the ground. The Seots tries to fight back, but eventually the Allosaurus takes the upper hand and wins the fight. Allosaurus moves on to fight Kentrosaurus. Alright, next up is Baryonyx versus Styracosaurus. The Baryonyx and Styracosaurus charge at each other. The Baryonyx gets its claws ready and slashes at Styracosaurus' face. The Styracosaurus stabs the Baryonyx. The two go back and forth and bite, slashing and biting each other. The Styracosaurus stabs multiple times, but the Baryonyx' overwhelming claw strikes keep injuring the Styracosaurus. The Styracosaurus begins bleeding out as the Baryonyx looks for a neck bite and gets it. It wrestles down the Styracosaurus and wins the fight. Baryonyx wins and moves on. Next up is Diplodocus versus Acrocanthosaurus. The Acrocanthosaurus and the Diplodocus begin the fight. The two charge at each other. The Diplodocus turns it around and swings, but the Acrocanthosaurus dodges and bites it. The Diplodocus rams the Acrocanthosaurus, pushing it around. The Acrocanthosaurus keeps biting and fighting through the pain. Eventually, both get on a stare down. The Acrocanthosaurus charges at the Diplodocus. The Diplodocus turns its tail and tail slaps it. But this predator dodges and goes for a clean neck bite. It wrestles its opponent down and kills the Diplodocus. Acrocanthosaurus wins. And we're on the third part. Spinosaurus versus Iguanodon. The fight begins. The Spinosaurus and Iguanodon face off. The Spinosaurus bites the Iguanodon. The Iguanodon slashes back. The two wrestle each other on land and into the water. The Spinosaurus takes the upper hand and bites the Iguanodon's face. Ouch. That wasn't very fun. Nice, Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus wins and moves on, and the Iguanodon's eliminated. Next is mine. I believe it's pronounced versus Deinonychus. These are 1v1 fights unless if one of them is dangerously smaller than the other. The Deinonychus charges at the Maimai. The Maimai swings its tail and slashes Deinonychus. The Deinonychus bites the Maimai. The two fight back and forth. The Deinonychus both get the upper hand at one point, but the Maimai uses an idea. It jumps into the air and lands on the Deinonychus, crushing it to death. Maimai wins and moves on to round 2. Next up is Tarvosaurus versus Shunosaurus. The Tarvosaurus and Shunosaurus face off. The Shunosaurus slams Tarvosaurus tries to hit Tarbosaurus, but the Tarbosaurus runs out of the way each time. The Tarbosaurus gets a couple bites and eventually the Spinosaurus whacks it with its tail, knocking the senses out of it. The Spinosaurus slams its tail on Tarbosaurus multiple times, killing Tarbosaurus. Spinosaurus wins. Next battle is the Dilophosaurus versus Torvosaurus. The Torosaurus and the Dilophosaurus charge at each other. The Dilophosaurus slashes at Torosaurus. The Torosaurus stabs the Dilophosaurus' tail and throws it around. The two fight back and forth. The Dilophosaurus actually is able to knock off the Torosaurus' horn. The Torosaurus kicks it into the Dilophosaurus' gruesome and then impales its opponent. The Dilophosaurus wins. Torosaurus wins. And we're on to our final face-off. The final four face-offs in round one. There's only 4 contestants that are going to be joining the final 4 face-off. Be coming in round 2. Who's coming? Next battle is Dracorex versus Herrerasaurus. The two fight each other. Dracorex gets a couple nasty bashes on Herrerasaurus. The Herrerasaurus bites Dracorex's neck, but Dracorex fights through the pain and comes back to face on face, where it charges and rams Herrerasaurus' leg. It keeps ramming until Herrerasaurus is very weakened, and then rams Herrerasaurus' neck, knocking the wind out of its lungs. Dracorex wins. Herrerasaurus is eliminated. Next is Saurovaganax versus Gigantoraptor. Seems like an easy fight, right? The Saurovaganax and Gigantoraptor fight back and forth, slashing, biting, and pecking. The Saurovaganax charges and bites down, crippling its opponent. Then it chomps down a couple more times and fights through the pain. Saurovaganax wins and moves on. Our second to last battle is Oviraptor versus Miragaia. The Miragaia sees the Oviraptor trying to steal one of its eggs. The Miragaia faces off with the Oviraptor. The Oviraptor is athletic and runs around scratching Miragaia. The Miragaia swings its tail and fights through the pain, but the nasty Oviraptor keeps biting it. Miragaia is able to impale it with one of its spikes. Oviraptor's out of the competition. Miragaia wins. Our last battle is between 2 Spinosaurs, Ichthyovenator and Irritator. The 2 dinosaurs come face to face. The Irritator bites, but is not able to fully swallow Ichthyovenator. The Ichthyovenator slashes at Irritator's neck. It bites and scratches. Irritator attempts to fight back, however, it's not able to. The Ichthyovenator slashes Irritator's neck, and the Irritator collapses. No. Irritator. Alright, so round 2 is coming next week. This time it has less dinosaurs, and I won't be rushed by my grandpa. Anyways, guys, all you have to say in the comments is good grandpa. No one does, I'm gonna freak out. Alright, see y'all later.